Alright kiddies, welcome to the first episode of AudiFiction. This is going to be a channel where I start reading live fan fiction for everybody, including requests that other people ask me for. This is a fan fiction recommended by one of my friends, CSI Death by Chocolate. It is a crossover of CSI Crime Scene Investigation and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, written by a Miss Beth. I can't really pronounce her last name, so I'm just going to put her name up here for everybody to see. This fiction takes place 10 years after the events described in Chocolate Factory, so let's begin. The young man laid sprawled in the desert brush like an impromptu reproduction of Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Though in the dim, after-dusk light, it was hard to make out without a flashlight, and since he was dead, the effect was little appreciated by those who currently had them. He was dressed in a suit and tie, though the suit had once been, brilliantly royal blue, not a color one ordinarily found in a menswear catalog. Now it was badly stained with something thick and brown that smelled vaguely rancid. His dead eyes stared blindly toward the sky, and were it not for the flies blithely exploring the brown stuff rimming his eyes and caked in his nose and mouth, he might have merely strung out. Gil Grissom shone his flashlight over the victim's face, and saw more brown stuff caked in the surrounding hair, which was short and otherwise fairly well groomed. Whatever the brown stuff was, it had been carefully wiped away with most of the vic's face, probably post-mortem. If anything, the young man looked vaguely startled rather than afraid. "Ugh," grimaced Nick Stokes as he came beside the boss. "What is all that?" He indicated the brown stains with a cautious wave of his hand. "That, Nick, is one of the many reasons we wear gloves at a crime scene. It could be nothing, of course, or it could be exactly what it looks like. Precisely. Any ID?" This question was directed to a nearby police officer. He had what looks like a passport in the inside coat pocket. He handed this passport to Grissom, who immediately saw that it was fouled with the same brown stuff, to the point of illegibility. He bagged it, making a mental note to send it to the document retrieval when they were done at the scene. "Hey Gris, take a look at his hands." Nick held up one of the victim's brown-stained hands for Grissom's flashlight. There were smooth white fibers caught under the nails, along with the brown stuff. "Dude, you think he got enough brown stuff?" Looks like he struggled. With tweezers, he took a sample of one of the fibers. They looked like animal hairs, to look more closely back at the lab. "There's one thing I don't see, though," Grissom observed. "What's missing?" Nick looked around, though he knew it was silly to look for something that wasn't there. "Our scene. The brown stuff is pretty much confined to the body itself, and I don't see any sorts with white fibers. It looks to me like our John Doe was dumped here. I think, though, that once we find out what this is..." He crumbled a bit of the brown stuff from the Vic's jacket. "We'll know better where our crime scene is." Little did either of them know that John Doe had once been the luckiest boy in the world. Well, that's the end of the first chapter of CSI Death by Chocolate. If you want more, just comment in the comment section below. Hopefully you'll subscribe. Hey, hopefully I'll get better with time. Well, I'm out.